Hello.
We are Alb and Steve Adventures. She's...
Hop.
I'm...
Steve.
So we just got off the Norwegian Jewel a few minutes ago, and we're docked in Charleston, South Carolina, which is a new stop for us on a cruise. We got off the ship, got some coffee, and now we're walking around. So we thought we'd take you for a walk. There's
Cheers.
the coffee, there's the proof. Forget the name of the place. We went to Harkin. The Harkin. Yeah, don't remember the address.
Good coffee.
Good coffee. Got a giant scone that we were a little disappointed in, but other than that, excellent venue for some coffee. So if you'd like to come with us, stick around. We're just going to walk around the downtown area. We're right by Battery Park right now. So we'll go do a loop around there and then head over towards the Rainbow Row. So let's go. Full disclosure, we forgot to bring the gimbal with us today, so handheld cell phone might be a little jiggly. There are a lot of walkers out. It's a beautiful day here. It's supposed to be in the low 60s. There's a light breeze blowing. So, good day to be out and about in Charleston, South Carolina. Some of these really nice houses. Of course, the closer you get to the water, the fancier the houses get. Some of these are bed and breakfasts. A good place for them. It's currently at the corner of King and South Battery. South Battery would head out towards the water. Might be a little breezy. Apologies for audio quality. Again, we just decided to do this, so we forgot to pack the essentials like the better microphone and the gimbal. It is what it is. So batten down your hatches, it's going to get a little breezy out here. Thing we noticed about this pathway we're walking on, it looks like white rock, but it's actually all oyster shell. So thank you to everybody that ate the oysters at the restaurants nearby, because you're providing the walking path. We found the water. Alright, bicycles and skateboards are prohibited on the walkway, so sorry, put away your bicycle and your skateboard. Walking is allowed on the walkway. Yeah, nice day. Looks like they've done some improvements to this walkway. It used to be a little lower. Looks like they raised it up, get the wall a little higher, because this area does tend to flood. You need a king tide or something in here. This is all currently in Charleston, South Carolina. This is Battery Park, the south end of Charleston. Not very up on my history, but way out there, you can't see, crummy camera, and I'm not going to zoom that far, but there's a fort way out there. I believe that is Fort Sumter. And that would be, I believe, where the first shots were fired in the American Civil War. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Sorry.
Aubrey said she couldn't tell me, but she's the one that's supposed to correct me when I'm wrong.
This sounds like a good one.
Run challenge. Try to find a battery in the ocean. Okay. Yeah, it is a beautiful day here. Sun is out, just a couple clouds in the sky. Low 70 degrees today. I think it's supposed to be high, like 73 Fahrenheit. So, and the ship is here until all aboard was 6:30 Eastern time. And it is currently what, 2:30? So we got a little bit of time here. What'd she say it was called? The cruise director was from here, and she was trying to point out some things. I believe it's called the Holy City, because there are many, many churches. The fact that she pointed out while we were in the dock is that there's a city ordinance that doesn't allow buildings to be built taller than the tallest church. So there are no real high-rises here, because it can't be taller than that church. Water walk. Across from here there's the actual park, and Battery Park, of course, has to do with the armaments that they had over here to defend the port. There's several mortars and cannons, guns placed over here. There's a big statue. Let's go look at the statue. Pardon the deviation. Of some of the armaments that they would have had out here. Sorry for the wind. Now, this would have been a fairly well defended harbor. I mean, if there's two forts out there, and then you have the battery here. To the Confederate Defenders of Charleston, Fort Sumter, 1861-1865. I don't believe the fort ever fell until the end of the war. still in the Confederate Army? Possibly colonial, judging by the hat. Oh, really? This is a wildlife management area. All sorts of seabirds nest in this area. Quite the oak grove here. Ah, that would have been Confederate. I'm sorry, colonial. So Fort Moultrie. 2nd South Carolina Regiment, Army of the Revolution, organized June 17, 1775. Very cool. Rich with history around here. American history. Take a look at this guy here, and we'll head over inland or catch up to the other side of the park. Go check out Rainbow Row. Alright, coming around. What do we got here? Sims, William Gilmore Sims, 1806 to 1870. Author, journalist, historian. There he is. Not familiar with Mr. Sims. Notice there's quite a bit of construction, home renovation going on here. The weather has probably just started to improve. Winter's over, so it's time to get all those projects done. Painting, refurbishing. These gorgeous old oak trees. If anybody's ever been to Charleston, South Carolina, and they have some recommendations on what we should see, where we should go, or eat would be good. We'll take any suggestions you might have. This is low country, so you get a lot of good seafood. We'll do a low country boil. Usually has the shrimp and the potatoes and corn and stuff like that. That's always fun. Shrimp and grits, probably. Anything with shrimp, really, I'll take it. Take a look at some of these mansions over here on the side. This place is huge. And they all have these fancy gardens, wrought iron fences. Big balconies, terraces. Well, something we can do. kind of cheating, but you can walk along with some of these walking tours, or there's horse-drawn carriage tours that go by, and every once in a while you'll catch a little snippet of information. Saves me from having to look stuff up. What do we got here? Whipping you around. Doesn't really say on this side. And their marker near this spot in autumn of 1718. Steed Bonnet, notorious gentleman pirate, 29 of his men captured by Colonel William Rhett met their just deserts after a trial and charge famous in American history by Chief Justice Nicholas Trott. Later, 19 of Richard Worley crew captured by Governor Robert Johnson were also found guilty and hanged. All were buried off White Point Gardens in the marsh beyond low water mark. Well, it didn't pay to be a pirate, I suppose. I wonder how fair their trial really was. Once you were labeled a pirate back then, I think you were done for. Real estate on this corner at East Battery and South Battery, so you got a view of the water. This nice terrace, 3-level terrace on this mansion here. I wonder if it's subdivided now or if it's still one owner. Well, you want to go waterside or landside? Waterside, okay. Let the people traffic go by. Across the streets. Try not to get blown off the wall. sure we're going to the right place for Rainbow Road. Check. What?
Did you want to put that on?
No. It's okay. As long as we're heading in the right direction. One thing you can't through this live here is you can't smell all the flowers. Jasmine's in bloom. Just everything's in bloom. It smells really good.
I'll let him try.
As I was saying, everything is in bloom. She's been sneezing all morning. This video should be sponsored by Claritin or Kleenex Puffs Plus. But alas, no sponsorship for us. And Rainbow Road should be just up ahead, about a block or two. Pretty flowers. Or a honeysuckle? Not sure. I don't know my plants very well. Honeysuckle, dogwood. Don't know. Yeah, some of these buildings here across the road, getting into Rainbow Row. All different colors. Step in and listen to the tour guides.
Yeah.
Very colorful houses over here. Oh, there's a across the street. As we get run over in traffic. From the other side of the street because all the trees are in the way, but also very close on this side. There's a sign explaining Rainbow Row, longest cluster of intact Georgian row houses in the United States. Earliest structures on this portion of East Bay Street between Trad and Elliott Street were built in 1680. Buildings were constructed on lots 7 to 10 of the Grand Model. The city plan developed between 1670 and 1680, so just a little while ago. Buildings serve as shops, residences, notable merchants, I can't talk, planters. Also fronted a segment of the eastern boundary of the fortification wall constructed circa 1704 to surround the city. Some were damaged and destroyed by fire. Present structures date from circa 1720 to 1790. Suffered slight damage from Union artillery bombardment during the war between the states. Then deteriorated into slums. Then the founder of the Society for Preservation of Old Dwellings, now the Preservation Society of Charleston, began her important preservation rehabilitation efforts. Purchased some of these properties in the 1920s. The name Rainbow Row was coined after the pastel colors painted as they were restored in the 1930s and 40s. Rear facades and gardens of this structure, East Bay, were also used as the model for the original 1935 stage setting of George Gershwin and Dubois Hedward, I can't even say, opera Porgy and Bess. Oh my goodness. That is something. Photo ops, very Instagrammable.
Can we try to cross over?
Stay for the rain.
Rainbow Road.
Battery and white garden. Weird. Rainbow Road is really nice.
So, Rainbow Row. Tavern over here that was established in 1686.
It's the oldest one in the U.S.
The oldest tavern in the U.S. Continuously operating, I would assume. Very cool. Soaking up some information from the tour.
Yeah.
Good.
It was a liquor store that was oldest. Been around.
Oh. We're gonna cross because it's green. Alright, this is East Bay Street. Into more shops, touristy shops, since this is the touristy area. get out another block or so and hang a right and go take a look at the fountain. Under construction, whatever it is.
When she comes to work, yes.
Alright, we're going to take our lives into our hands across the street here. Head back for the water. Unless you guys want to go shopping. If you have mobility issues walking around Charleston, areas might be a little tricky because worn down cobblestones in sections, not exactly level. We found a pineapple fountain. Seems to be where everybody's decided to hang out, sit and watch the water. There we are. Waterfront Park. No swimming. Pineapples hold a significance here in Charleston. I'm not exactly sure what it is. It's different than the meaning on the cruise ships. back this direction, walk out on this pier. There's some bench swings, and also a view of the cruise ship. Everybody loves a view of the cruise ship. Well, maybe not everybody. Take a walk out to the end of this pier. Probably going to get a little windy, so if it gets too windy on the mics, please just turn down your volume. Swings here. Sit and watch ships go by. she is. Pretty good spot to hang out. So we're just going to sit here and enjoy the view and drop my head on the floor. And we'll go ahead and end this here. It's been about 48 minutes of this. Thanks to everybody for watching, if you did watch for any length of time. We appreciate it. Any chance you enjoy this kind of content or other ship and cruise content, we try to do as much as we can. Please like, subscribe, and join other viewers on our channel. We'll be bringing more videos from our cruise here on the Norwegian Jewel shortly. So thanks again. We will see you on the next adventure.